I learn in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
Oh, he's very near to this. He's not 3 leagues off on the left.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
The very few of rank, and none of me.
Victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He had borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion. He hath indeed better expectation than you can expect feet to turn out.
We have a doting uncle here in Messina will be very much glad of it.
I've already delivered his letters, and there appears much joy in them.
Did he break out into tears?
In great measure.
A kind overflow of kindness. Now that I know faces truer than those that are so washed, how much better is it to weep at joy than to joy at weeping?
I pray you, is Signor Mount Amtu returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There is none such in the army of any sort.
Who is that you ask for, niece?
My cousin Senior Benedict, the Paterson. Always returned as pleasant as he ever was.
He set up his bills here in Messina and challenged Cupid at the fight. And my uncle's fool, reading the challenge, subscribed for Cupid and challenged him. I pray you tell me, how many have he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many have he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Hey, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much. But he'll be meek with you, I doubt it not.
You have done good service in these wars, lady.
You had musty victual, and he hath hoped to eat it. He is a very valiant trencher, and he hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. But for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with one. So that if he have wit enough to keep himself warm, let him bear it as a difference between himself and his horse. Or it is all the wealth he hath left to be known a reasonable creature. Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is it possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his faith, but as the fashion of his hat, it never changes with the next block.
I see, lady, the gentleman is not in your books.
No. And he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you tell me, who is his companion? Is there no young swearer now that will make a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord! He will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than a pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. Oh, God help the noble Claudio. If he had caught the Benedict, it'll cost him £1,000 ere ever cured.
I will hold friends with you.
Do good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Good Signor Leonato, you come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, yet you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace, for trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides and happiness takes its leave.
Oh, you embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter?
Her mother hath many times told me so. Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her? Signor Benedict, no, for then were you a child.
Oh, you are full of Benedict. You may guess by this what you are, being a man. Truly, the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonato be her father, she would not have his gray head on her shoulder for all Messina. That's like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain. Are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to Disdain if you come in her presence.
Well, that is courtesy a turncoat. For it is certain that I am loved of all the ladies. Only you excepted. And I would have to find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, but truly I love not.
A great happiness to women. They will else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood that I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
Oh God, keep your ladyship still of that mind. So some gentleman or other shall escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
You are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I wish my horse had half the speed of your tongue. I'm so good a continuer, but keep it away, God's name, for I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is the sum of all, Leonato. Good Signor Benedict, Signor Claudio, my dear friend Leonato hath invited us all, and I tell him we shall stay here at least a month. That he brings for some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear he is no hypocrite who prays from his heart.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I'm not a man of many words, but I thank you.
Yes. Please it your grace. Lead on.
Take my hand, we shall go together.
Benedict, did thou look the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple true judgment? Or would you have me answer after my custom as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Well, in faith, methinks she is too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome. And being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, in a case to put it into. But think of this with the sad brow. You play the flouting jack to tell us that Cupid is a good hair finder and Vulcan a rare carpenter. Now, in what key shall a man take her to go and solve?
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
Yeah, well, I can see it without spectacles, and I see no such matter. Now, there's her cousin. Then were she not possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May at the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I have sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
It's come to this. In faith, I thought the world one man, but it will wear its cap with suspicion. Shall I never see a bachelor of threescore again? I'll go to a face. And thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the trim of it, sigh away Sundays. Look, Don Pedro returned to seek him.
What secret hath held you here that you follow not to Leonato?
Oh, I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
Well, I charge thee on thy allegiance.
You hear Count Claudio, now I believe. Secret as a dumb man, I would have you think so. Oh, my allegiance. What for this now? My allegiance. He is in love. You do, now that your grace is part.
Okay.
Mark how slight his answer is. With Hero, Leonato's slight daughter. If this were so, like the old tale, my lord. It is not so, nor 'twas not so, but indeed, God forbid it should be so.
If my passion changed not slightly, God forbid it should be otherwise.
Amen for the lady is well worthy.
To speak this to fetch me in.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
Faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
By my two-faced troth, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I shall die in it at the stake.
Yeah, thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
Never could maintain his part, but in the force of his will.
Had a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she called me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. God, that I will have a cheek winded in my forehead, and have my bugle in an invisible baldric, well, all women shall pardon me. Because I will not do them the wrong to must trust any, I shall do myself to the right to trust none. The fine is, for which I may go to finer, I shall live a bachelor.
Oh, I shall see thee ere I die, look pale with love.
Oh, with anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love. Prove that ever I lose more blood in love than I get again in drinking. Pick up my knives with a valid maker's pen, and hang me up at the door of a brothel house with the sign of blind Cupid.
Well, if that without us fall from this faith, thou wilt prove a notable argument.
And I do? Hang me in a basket like a cat and shoot at me. And if it hits me, let me clapped on the back and called marksman.
Well, as time shall try. In time, the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
No, the savage bull, Benny. But if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck off the bull's horns and set them in my forehead as a couple. And let me be vilely hated, and in such great letters as they write, here is a good horse to hire. Let them signify under my side, here you may see Benedict, the married man.
Well, if this should ever happen, thou wouldst be horned man.
And Cupid hath not spent all his quiver in Venice, and thou wilt quake for it shortly.
Oh, and I look for an earthquake too, my lord.
You will temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, prepare to Leonato. Commend me to him. Tell him I will not fail him at supper, for he hath made great preparation.
I have almost enough matter in me for such embustage. And so I commit you
To the tuition of a god from my house, if I had one.
On the 29th of May, your loving friend, Benedict.
Nay, not. The body of your discourse is sometime guarded with fragments. Ere you flout me with old cliches any further, look to your own conscience. So I leave you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is mine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonato any sons, my lord?
Hero is his only child and heir. Why, dost thou affect her, Claudio?
My lord, when you went onward on this end action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye that life, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. Now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant, in their rooms come thronging, with soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to war. So
Well, thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hearer with a book of words. But if thou dost love fair hero, cherish it. And I will speak with her and with her father, and she shall be thine. 'Twas not to this end that thou beganst to twist so fine a story.
how sweetly you do minister to love, no love's grief by his complexion. But left my liking my too sudden seem, I would have sadly with long treaties.
No, what need the bridge? Much broader than the flood. The fairest branch is the necessity. Look what served his fate. 'Tis once! Thou lovest. And I will fit thee with a remedy. I know we shall have some reveling tonight. I will assume thy part. In some disguise. Tell fair hero that I am Claudio. In her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then after to a father will I break, and the conclusion shall be, she is thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
I'm now, friar.
I can tell you strange news that you yet drift not up.
Are they good?
They show well outward. The prince and Count Claudio, walking through a thick bleach alley in your orchard, were thus much overheard by a man of yours. The prince discovered to Claudio that he loved your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in a dance. And if he found the reporters, he meant to take the present time by the top and instantly break with you on it.
Has the fellow any wit? I told you that.
Good sharp fellow. I'll send for him and question him yourself.
No. We will hold it as a dream until it appear itself. But I will acquaint my daughter with all
she may be the better prepared. For an answer, if it be true, let us go and tell our lovely peasants.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you out of thus measures sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that occurs, therefore the sadness is without limit.
Well, you should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessing brings it?
If not a present remedy, at least a patient sufferance.
I wonder that thou, as thou says thou art, being born under Saturn, goest about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach and tend to no man's leisure. Sleep when I have am drowsy. And tend to no man's business. Laugh when I have cause and claw at no man in his humor.
Yet, but you must not make a full show of it till you may do it without control. You may have late stood out against your brother, and he had newly taken you into his grace, where it is impossible you should take true root before the fair weather makers. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And it better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage robbed of any. In this though, it must not be said that I am a flattering, honest man. Yet it must not be denied that I am a king. Even big. I am trusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a claw. Therefore, I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberties, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your missing hand?
I make use of all of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? Ah. Baracchio, what news?
I come yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonato, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on? But what fool is he that betrudes himself to inquire?
Marry it as your brother's right hand.
Oh, the most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A very proper squire. And to which way looks he?
Marry on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonato.
A very forward bought chick. Now, come you to this.
Being entertained for a perfumer as I was smoking a musty room, comes me the prince and Claudio, hand in hand in sad conference. I whipped me behind the arras, and there heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and thus having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come. Let us thither. This may prove food for my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him anyway, I bless myself every way. You both are sure, and will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
Let us to the great supper. Their cheer is the greater than I am subdued. Would the cook wear? Oh my. Shall we go prove what's to be done?
We'll wait upon your lordship.
Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and hath Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse, why such a man would win any woman in the world, if he could get her goodwill.
My troth, niece, I will never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue. Indeed, she is too cursed.
Too cursed is more than cursed. I shall lessen God's sending that way. For it is said that God sends a cursed cow short horns, but to a cow too cursed, he sends none.
No, by being too cursed, God will send you no horn.
Just if he sends me no husband, for the which blessing I matter upon my knees every morning and evening. Oh Lord, I could not bear a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in rough woolens.
Well, you may light on a husband that had no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me. And he that is less than a man, I am not for him. Therefore, I will take sixpence in earnest of the bear keeper, and as an unmatched maid, lead his apes into hell.
Then go you into hell?
No, but to the gate. And there will the devil meet me like an old cuckold with worms on his head, and he'll say, "Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven, here is no place for you maids." So, deliver I up my apes, and away to St. Peter in the heavens, he shows me where the bachelors sit, and there live we as merry as the day is long.
Well, daughter, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, "Father, as it please you." For all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, "Father, as it please me."
Well, niece, I hope to see you fitted one day with a husband.
Not till God made man of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overmastered by a piece of valiant dust? To make an account of her life to a clod of wayward marl? No, uncle, I'll none. Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly I hold it a sin to match in my kindred.
Well, daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
Oh, the fault will be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooed in good time. If the prince be too impatient, tell him there is measure in everything, and so dance out the answer. For hear me, hero, wooing, wedding, and repenting are as a Scotch jig, a measure, and a syncopace. The first suit is hot and hasty as a Scotch jig, and full as fantastical. The wedding, mannerly, modest as a measure, full of state and ancientry. And then comes repentance! And with his bad legs falls into the syncopace faster and faster until he sinks into his grave.
Oh, please.
Oh,
You apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye. I can see a church by daylight.
About with your friend.
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so when I please,
And when please you to say so.
when I like your favor. For God to send the boot should be like me.
Oh, my visor is for Philemon's roof. Within the house is Job.
Why then, thy visor should be dashed.
Speak low. If you speak low.
Well, I would do it like
So not I, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
which is one.
I say my prayers
prayers aloud.
I love you the better, but here is may cry, amen.
God match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
God keep him out of my sight when the dance is done. Answer, Claire.
No more words. Clear his answer.
I know you well enough, Lord Sexton.
Have a word? I'm not.
I know you by the waggling of your head.
Tell you true, I counterfeit him.
Oh, you could never do him so ill well unless you were the very man. Like here's his dry hand up and down. You are he, you are he.
Have a word? I am not.
Come, come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to, mum, you are he. Graces will appear and there's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
No, you don't tell me who you are.
Not now.
That I was disdainful. That I had my good wit out of the 100 merry tales. Well, this was Signor Benedict who said so.
What is he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Oh, not I, believe me.
Well, did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, Pease is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. His only gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him, and the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy, for he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him. I'm sure he's in the fleet. I would he had boarded me.
When I know the gentlemen, I shall tell you what to say.
Oh, do! He'll but break a comparison or two on me, which peradventure, not marked or not laughed at, will strike him into a melancholy, and then there's a partridge wing safe. The fool will eat no supper that night. We must follow the leaders.
I never in good things.
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I'll leave them at the next turning.
My brother is enamored of Hero, and has withdrawn with her father to break on it. The ladies follow her, but yet there is one wiser that remains.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very close to my brother in his heart. He is enamored of Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her, for she is no equal to his birth. You may play an equal part in this.
How know you he loves her?
Yeah, I heard him swear his affection.
And so did I too. And he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict. But hear these ill news with ears of Claudio. It is certain so. The prince rules for himself. Oh, the friendship is constant in all other things, save in the offices and affairs of love. Well, therefore, all hearts in love use your own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for himself and trust no agent, for beauty is a witch, against whose charms faith nurtures in the blood. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Campanio,
Yes, the same.
come, will you go with me?
Whither?
But even to the next
Willow about your own business, County. And what fashion will you wear the garland of? About your neck like a usurer's chain, or under your arm like the lieutenant's scarf? You must wear it one way, for the prince has got your hero.
I wish him joy, sir.
Well, now that spoke like an honest broker. But they sell bullocks. Did you think the prince would have used you? Not pray you leave. Now you strike like a blind man. Was the boy who stole your meat, and you beat the
It
clothes?
would not be so. I'll leave you.
Alas, poor her fowl. Now will he creep into sedges. That my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me. The prince's fool. Well, it may be that I go under that title because I am married. Yea, thus I am not to do myself wrong. Now I'm not so reputed. It is the base, the bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world in her person and thus gives me out. I'll be revenged as I may.
Ah, Signor, where's the Count? Have you seen him?
Troth, my lord, I have played the part of Lady Fay. I found him here all melancholy. And I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the goodwill of his young lady. And I offered him my company to a willow tree, either to make him a garland as being forsaken, or to bind him up a rod as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped? What's his fault?
The base transgression of a schoolboy, who, being overjoyed at finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion, and he steals it.
Must thou make the trust the transgression? The transgression is in the stealer.
It had not been amiss that the rod had been made, and the garland too. For the garland he might have worn himself, and the rod he might have bestowed on you, who, as he takes it, have stolen his bird's nest.
I do but teach them to sing, and return them to the owner.
If they're singing answer your saying, by my faith, you say honestly.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel with you. The gentleman that danced with her said she was much wronged by you.
She misused me past the issuance of a block. An oak with but one green leaf on it would have answered her. My very visor began to assume life to school with her. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester. That I was duller than a great ball, huddling jest upon jest with such a possible conveyance upon me that I stood like a man at a mark, with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poignards, and every word stabs. Her breath were as terrible as her terminations. There were no living here. She would infect to the North Star. I would not marry her were she endowed with all that Adam had left her before he transgressed. She would have made Hercules turn stiff. Yea, and clipped his club to make a fire, too. God, talk not of her. Now, you will find her, the infernal ante, in good attire. I would to God some scholar would conjure her away. For certainly, while she is here, a man may live as quietly in hell as in a sanctuary, and people would sin upon purpose because they would go thither. So indeed, all this quiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Oh, look! Here she comes!
Will your grace demand me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand to the Antipodes that you can devise to send me on. I will fetch you a toothpicker from the furthest inch of Asia. Bring you the length of Prester John's foot. Fetch you a hair from the great Jam's beard. Do you any embassage to the pygmies, rather than to hold 3 words conference with this harpy? Have you no employment for me?
None, but to enjoy your good company.
Oh God, sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Oh, come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it me a while once before, and I gave him interest on it, a double heart for his single one. Marry, then he won it of me with false dice. Therefore your grace may well say I have lost it.
Put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, who you sent me to see.
Yes, how now, Count? Why look you so sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil, Count. Civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
Faith, lady, I think your notings to be true, but I be sworn if he be so, his notions are false. Claudio, I have wounded thy name, the fair hero one. I broke with her father, his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, taketh me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made match, and all grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself to you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin! Or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let not him speak neither.
Come, my lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord. I thank it, poor fool. It keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good Lord for alliance. There goes everyone to the world but I, and I am sunburnt. I may sit in a corner and cry, hey ho for a husband.
My lady, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your father's getting. Have your grace ne'er a brother like you. Your father got excellent husbands if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord. Unless I can have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. Oh, but I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Well, your silence most offends me. And to be merry best becomes you. For out of the question, you were born in a merry hour.
Nay, sure, my lord, my mother cried. But then there was a star danced, and under that was I born. Oh, cousins, God give you joy.
Niece, when you looked at those things I told you of,
Oh, I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace. Cousin.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
there's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She's never sad but when she sleeps. And not ever sad then, for I've heard my daughter say that she hath often dreamt of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
For she cannot endure hear tell of a husband.
And by no means. She mocks all her wooers after sleep.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord. Were they but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Cousin Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. The time goes on crutches till love have all his rights.
No, not till Monday, my dear son. Just 7 nights and a time too brief to have everything else in my mind.
Come. You shake your head at so long a breathing. No, I warrant thee. Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I, in the interim, will undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. Now, I would fain have it, and I doubt not but to fashion it. Now, if you will minister such assistance as I give you direction.
My lord, I implore you, though it cost me 10 nights watching.
And I, my lord.
Oh, and you, gentle hero?
I would do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
Benedict is not the most unhopefullest of husbands. Thus can I praise him. He is of noble strain, of proof valor, and confound honesty. Now, I will teach you how to humor your cousin, so that she will fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your help, will so practice on Benedict, to
despite his quick wit and his greasy stomach.
He will fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods.
Oh, go in with me. I will tell you my drift.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonato.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment would be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure with him, and whatsoever comes aforth to his affection ranges evenly with mine. How can thou cross this marriage question?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me, briefly, how.
I believe I told your lordship a year since how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
Well, I can at any unseasonable instant of the night appoint her to look out at her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that is to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies in you to temper. Go you to the prince your brother. Spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor by marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation do you mightily hold up to a contaminated stale, such a one as Hero.
What proof should I make of this?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, and to kill Leonato. Look you for any other issue.
Only to despite them I would endeavor anything.
Good. Find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. Intend a kind of zeal both of the prince and Claudio, as in love of your brother's honor, who has made this match, and his friend's reputation, who is thus like to be cousin with the semblance of a maid that you have discovered thus.
Yeah.
They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances, which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window. Hear me call Margaret Hero. Hear Margaret term me Claudio, and bring them both to see this the very night before the intended wedding. For in the meantime, I will so fashion the matter that Hero shall be absent, and there shall appear such seeming truth of Hero's disloyalty, that suspicion shall be called assurance, and all the preparation overthrown.
Ha ha! Groven, to an adverse issue it can. I will put it in practice. Be cunning in the working of this, and thy fee with 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in the accusation, and my coming shall not shame me.
Ah, I will go presently learn the day of the marriage.
Boy,
Signor,
in my chamber window lies a book. Bring it to me in the orchard.
I'm here already, sir.
I know that. But I would have thee hence and back again. I do much wonder how one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. Such a man as Claudio. I have known when there was no music in him but the drum and the fife. And now I'd rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. And now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now is he turned to orthography. His words are a very fantastical banquet. Just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell, I think not. Thou not be warned that love may transform me into an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it. Until they have made an oyster of me, she'll never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But to all graces come in one woman shall not come in my grace. Oh, rich she shall be, that's certain. And wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. A good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be, what color, please God? The Prince and Monsieur Love, I'll hide me in the arbor.
Now, again, we shall hear this music.
My good lord, still the evening is hushed on purpose to grace Hartpence.
To Benedict had hid himself.
Very well, my lord. The music ended, we'll put the kid box with a penny's worth.
Come, Balthazar, we shall hear that song again.
Good, my lord. Tax must have had a voice to stand the music any more than once.
Oh. The witness still of excellency to put a strange face on his own perfection. I pray thee, sing. Let me woo no more.
Because you talk of wooing, I would sing. Since many a word doth this suit to her, he thinks not worthy, yet he woos and swears he loves.
Oh, come. If thou wilt hold longer argument, do it in notes.
Note this before my notes. He's got a note of mine is worth a note.
These are the very crotchets that he speaks. Now, notes forsooth, and noting.
Now divine air, now is his soul ravished. Is it not strange that sheep's guts should hail souls out of men's bodies? Well, a horn for my money when all's done.
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men will deceivers ever on foot on sea, and one ashore to one thing, constant and silent soul. But let them go, and be you glory and glory, converting all your sounds of woe into a nothing.
By my throat, a good song.
Listen, my lord.
No. Thou singest well enough for a shift.
And if he'd been a dog bit as Hal, thus they would have hanged him. I pray God his fat voice bode no mischief. I'd at least have heard the night raven, come what plague could have come after it.
Now, come, Balthazar, I pray thee, find us some excellent music, for tomorrow night we shall hear it at Lady Hero's chamber window.
Best I can, my lord.
Do so. Farewell. But come, Leonato, what was it that you told me of today? That your niece, the Lady Beatrice, is in love with Signor Benedict?
Stop on the bounces. I didn't ever think that lady could have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behaviors seemed ever to abhor.
It's possible. She flew in that corner.
My betrothed lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with enraged affection. It is beyond the infinite of thought.
Well, I pray, what?
What effects? My daughter told us all.
She did indeed.
How?
Oh, I pray you. Oh, you amaze me.
I had thought that her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this a gull, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it. Neighbor, he cannot sure hide himself in such reverence.
Taking the affection.
Oh, no. Perhaps she made her affection unknown to Benedict.
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed. So your daughter says. Shall I, says she, that have
so often counted him with scorn, write to him that I love him.
This will she do when she is beginning to write to him. For there will she sit and be up 20 times a night in her smock until she have writ a sheet of paper.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper, I remember a pretty jest that your daughter told us of.
Yes. That when she had written and was reading it over, she found Benedict and Beatrice between the sheets. Oh, Lord. She tore the letter into 1,000 pieces and railed at herself that she should be so immodest as to write to one that she knew would flout her. For I should flout him, she said, since I judge him by mine own spirits, if he should write to me. Yea, though I loved him, I should.
And then down upon her knees she falls and weeps and sobs and tears her hair and beats her heart, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She doth indeed. My daughter says so. And the infection, the ecstasy has almost overborne her, and she's afeared sometimes she will do a desperate outrage to herself.
Well, it were good that Benedict knew of this by some other she will not discover.
To what end, my lord? He would but make a sport of it, torment the poor lady worse.
And he were arms to hang him. She's a sweet, excellent lady, and above all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceedingly wise.
Ah, yes, in everything. Oh, but in loving Benedict.
Wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body. We have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory. I'm very sorry for her, as I have just caused, being her uncle and her guardian.
Well, I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have doffed all respects, made her have myself. Well, I pray you, let us find Benedict and hear what he will say.
Yeah, what a good thing.
The hero thinks surely she will die, for she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die woo her, rather than she will bake one breath of her accustomed crossness.
And she doth well, for if she doth make tender her affection to him, it is very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He show an outward happiness.
Before God, and in my mind, very wise.
Oh, he doth indeed show some spark that's like wit.
And did I take him to be guardian?
Oh, as Hector, I assure you. As in the managing of quarrels, you may say he's wise, for he either avoids them with great discretion, or undertakes them with a most Christian-like fear.
Well, if he do fear God, he must keep peace. And if he break the peace, he necessarily must enter into a quarrel with fear and trembling.
And so he doth. For the man doth fear God, and howsoever by some small jests he may play. Well, I tell thee, I'm sorry for your niece. Now, shall we seek him out and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Oh, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we shall hear more of this from your daughter. Let it cool the while. I love Benedict well, and would only wish he would examine his heart to see how unworthy he is so good a lady.
My lords, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If you do not open her upon this, I will never again trust my expectation.
Now the same net must be spread for her, that your daughter and her gentlewomen must carry. The sport will be when they hold one in opinion of the other's dotage and no such matter. Now that's the scene I should see. For it'll merely be a dumb show. Let us send her, call him into dinner. This could be no trick. The comfort was sadly born. They have the truth of it from Hero.
Seem to pity the lady.
seems her affections have their full bent. Love me? I must be requited! No, hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she would rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. Now, I must not seem proud. Happy are those who hear their retractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. It is a proof I can bear them witness. And virtuous, 'tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to her wit. Nor no great argument of her folly, for I shall be horribly in love with her! I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken upon me because I have railed so long against marriage. Doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he can endure in his age. These quips and sentences and paper bullets of the brain, all a man from the career of his humor? No, the world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. My, this, yea, she's a fair lady. I can spy some signs of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take, pleasure then in the message?
Yay! Just so much as you may take up on a knife's point. You have no stomach, senor. Very well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner. There's a double meaning in that. No more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. Well, that's as much to say any pains I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not pity her, I'm a villain. If I do not love her, I'm an ass. Go get her picture.
Run me to the parlor. There I'll find my cousin Beatrice proposing with the Prince in Claudio. Whisper her ear and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheardst us, and bitter steal into the peach bower, where honeysuckles ripened by the sun forbid the sun to enter. There she'll hide to listen our propose. This is thy office. Fare thee well in it, and leave us alone. I'll make her come, I warrant you, presently. Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace to Sally up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. And I do name him. Let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My part to be must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of these matters is little Cupid's crafty arrow that only wounds by hearsay.
you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely? Salute.
So says the prince and my neutral lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it. But I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Oh, why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve at full as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall count upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape, nor project of affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. And therefore, certainly it were not good she knew of his love, lest she make sport at it.
Why, you speak true. I never yet saw a man how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backward. If fair-faced, she would swear the gentleman should be her sister. If dark, why, nature, drawing of an antic, made a foul blot. If tall, a lance ill-headed. If low, an agate very vilely cut. If speaking, why, a vein blown with all winds. If silent, why, a block moved with none. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit purchases.
Sure, such carping is not commendable.
No, not to be so odd from all fashions as Beatrice's cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore, let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. It were a better death to die with mocks, which is as bad as die with tickling.
Yet tell her of it, madam. Hear what she will say.
No, rather, I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly, I'll devise some honest slander for him. One does not know how much an ill word may empoison life.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse a man so rare as Signor Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy. Always excepted my dear Claudio.
I pray you, madam, be not angry with me speaking my fancy. Signor Benedict, for shape, bearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost in report through Italy.
Indeed, he had an excellent good name.
Oh, his excellence did earn it ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day. Tomorrow. Come, go in. I'll show thee some attires and have thy counsel which is best to furnish me tomorrow.
She is blind, I warrant you. We have caught her, madam.
If it proves so, then loving goes by halves. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with tracks.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Oh! Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden bride, adieu. No glory rides behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, And I believe it better than reportedly.
I do but stay till your marriage be consummate. Then go I toward Aragon.
I'll bring you thither, my lord, if the gods say.
Nay. Well, that would be as great a soil and the gloss of a new marriage as to show a boy his new coat and forbid him to wear it. Nay, I shall only be bold with Benedict for his company. For from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, he is all mirth. Yeah, he has twice or thrice caught Cupid's bowstrings. The little hangman dare not shoot at him. His heart is like a bell, and his tongue the clapper. For what his heart thinks, his tongue speaks.
Gallant, I am not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love. Hang him, truant. Well, there's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched by love. Now, if he be sad, he wants money.
Yeah, I have the toothache.
Oh, what? Sigh for the toothache?
Yeah, every man can master a grief, but he that has it.
Yet say I, he is in love.
No, he hath no appearance of that fancy in him. Well, unless it be the appearance of strange disguises, such as to be a Dutchman today and a Frenchman tomorrow, or to be in the shape of two countries at once. Yes, to be a German from the waist downward, all slops, or to be a Spaniard from the hip upward. No doublet, unless he hath a fancy for this foolery, which it appear he hath. He is no fool for fancy as you would have it appear he is.
He be not in love with some woman. There is no believing the old signs. Brushing his hair a morning, what should that bode?
Well, hath any man seen him at the barber?
No, but the barber's man hath been seen with him.
He rubs himself with civet. You can smell him out by that.
Oh, that is as much to say, sweet youths in love.
Aye, and you notice his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Yea. Or to paint it, for the which I hear they say of him.
Aye, but his jesting spirit, which is now crept into a lute string, and now governed with stops.
Aye, that tells the tale. Conclude. He is in love.
David, I know who loves him.
Oh, yea, that I know too. One who knows him not.
Yes, and his ill conditions, and in despite of it all, dies for him.
She shall be buried with her face up.
No, again, this is a charm for the toothache. Oh, senor, will you walk aside with me? I have studied some 8 or 9 wise words to speak with you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
Oh, wait, my dear, look now, Beatrice.
To see himself. Hero and Ursula have by this played their parts, and then the two bears will not bite each other once they meet.
My lord and brother, God
Good
save you.
Good evening.
If your leisure serves, I would speak with you.
What, in private?
If it pleases you. If the Count Claudio may hear, for what I speak of concerns him.
Why, what's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married, father.
You know he does.
I know not that until he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. That ain't better it be that I belong manifest. For, my brother, I think he holds you close to heart. Have hope to effect your ensuing engagement. Since ill spent and labor's ill bestowed.
Why? What's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, in circumstances shortened, she's too long a talking of. This lady is disloyal.
Oh, hero?
Even she, Leonato's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
I could say she will rise. Think of a worse title and I will fit her to it. Come but with me tonight, and you will see her chamber window enter, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it better fits your honor to change your mind.
May this be so. I will not think it.
If you dare not trust what you seek, you trust not what you know. If you will follow me, I will show you enough. And when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight why I should not marry her, then tomorrow in the congregation where I should wed her, there will I shame her.
And as I wooed her for thee to obtain her, so will I stand by thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no further. Bear it coldly but till midnight, and let the issue present itself.
Day untoward return.
Mischief strangely thwarting.
Now pray, rightly preventing. So you will say when you have seen the sequel.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you to be the most desertless man to be constable?
You okay, sir, or George Seacole, for they can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is a gift of fortune, but to write and to read comes by nature.
Which Master Constable?
You have. I knew that would be your answer. Well, sir, for your favor, why give God thanks and make no boast of it. And for your writing and your reading, let that appear when there is no need for such vanity. You are thought to be the most senseless and fit man to be constable, therefore, bear you the lantern.
Oh!
This is your charge. You shall comprehend no vagrant men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How that they will not stand?
Then take no note of them and let them go. Presently call the rest of the watch together and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and you are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We will rather sleep than talk. We know what belongs to a watch.
Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping would offend. Only, have a care your bills be not stolen. You are to call at all the alehouses, bid those that are drunk to get them to bed.
Well, if they will not.
Then leave them alone until they are sober. They may be not then the better answer. You may say they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. For such kind of men, the less you make or meddle with them, the more it is for your honesty.
We know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
True. By virtue of your office you may. But I think those that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way, if you do take such a man, is to let him show himself for what he is, and presently Steal out of your company!
You have been always called a merciful man, partner.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will! He seems a man that have any honesty in him.
Oh, if you hear a child cry in the night, you must call to the nurse and bid her still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Then steal quietly away. Let the child wake her with her cries. For the ewe that will not hear the lamb when it bars will never hear the calf when it bleats.
Oh, 'tis very true.
This is the end of your charge. You, constable, you present the prince's own person. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him.
Nay, by Our Lady, that I think I cannot.
5 shillings to 1 on it, for any man as knows the statutes. He may stay him. And not without the prince be willing, for the watch ought to offend no man, and it is an offence to stay a man against his will.
By Our Lady, I think it be so.
Well, good night, masters. Any matter of weight chances, call up me. Keep your friends' counsel and your own, and so, good night, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us go sit upon the church bench till 2, and then all to bed.
One word more, honest neighbors. I pray you keep watch about Signor Leonato's door. With the wedding tomorrow, there is a great coil tonight. Adieu. Adieu. Be vigilant, I beseech you.
Well, Conrad!
Peace, sir.
Conrad, I say!
Oh, yes, sir. I am at thy elbow.
Mass and my elbow itched. I thought there would a scab follow.
And I will owe thee an answer for that. Now, forward with thy tale.
Standing close then under this penthouse, for it drizzles rain, I will like a true drunkard utter all to thee.
Jesus, masters. Yet stand close.
Oh, know thee, that I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
1,000 ducats! Should any villainy be so dear?
Oh, thou should rather ask, should any villainy be so rich? For when rich villains have need of poor ones may make what price they will.
I wonder.
Oh, thou showest that thou art unconfirmed. Thou knowest that the fashion of a doublet, or a hat, or a cloak is nothing to a man.
Yes, it is apparent.
I mean the fashion.
Yes, the fashion is... the fashion.
Tush, I'd rather say the fool's the fool. But seest thou not what a deformed thief this fashion is?
I know that the form has been a vile thief this 7 year and goes up and down like a gentleman. I remember his name.
Didst thou not hear somebody?
No, it was just the vein in the house.
Seest thou not, I say, what a deformed thief this fashion is? How giddily it turns about all the hot bloods from 14 to 5 and 30. Sometimes fashioning them like barrow soldiers in the grimy painting. Sometimes like heathen priests in the old church windows. Sometimes like the shaven Hercules in the smirched worm-eaten tapestries, where his codpiece is as massy as his club.
All this I see, and what more I see that the fashion wears out more apparel than the man. But is it not true that thou art so giddy with the fashion, that thou hast shifted out of thy tale into telling me of the fashion?
No, not so now. But know thee, sure not, that I have wooed Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero, by the name of Hero. Oh, she leans me out at her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale vilely, First, I should tell thee how the prince, Claudio, and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw afar off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought Margaret was here.
Two of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil, my master, knew it was Margaret, and partly by his oaths, which first possessed them, partly by the dark night, which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy. That did confirm any slander that Don John had made. Oh, away went Claudio enraged! He swore that he would meet her the next morning at the temple as was appointed, and there, before the entire congregation, shame her with what he saw overnight, and sent her home again without a husband.
In the prince's name, stand!
And call up the right master. Call up the right master constable. We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that was ever known in the Commonwealth.
And the form is another of them. I know him. Oh, where's the lot? Oh, masters.
You may bring the form forth, I want you. Never speak, we charge you. But let us obey you to go with us.
We shall appear a goodly commodity being taking up at these men's bills.
The commodity in question, I worry. Come, we'll obey you.
Ask my lady Beatrice. Here she comes.
Good morrow, cuz.
Good morrow, sweet hero. Oh,
Why, how now? Dost thou speak in the sick tune?
I'm out of all other tune, methinks.
Lapse into light and love.
That goes without a burden. Do you sing?
I'll dance.
Oh, lady, not ladies, although I am right, but I do not now. Yes, you don't.
Ye like love with your heels? Well, if your husband be stable enough, you'll find he shall lack no barns.
Oh, illegitimate construction. I scored that with my heels.
Oh, 'tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. Oh, by my truth, I am ill. Hey ho.
For a hawk, a horse, desire.
These gloves the Count sent me, they are an excellent perfume.
I cannot smell, cousin. I am stuffed.
A maid and stuffed? Oh, there's goodly passion.
Oh, God help me, God help me. How long have you professed apprehension?
Oh, ever since you left it. Doth not my wit become me rarely?
Oh, it's not seen enough. You ought to wear it in your cap. Oh, by my troth, I am sick.
Give me some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus and lay it to your heart. 'Tis the only thing for a qualm.
Benedictus?
There now, pricks her with the thistle.
Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus.
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning.
Oh.
I meant plain holy thistle. You may think, perchance, that I think you're in love. Nay, by your lady, I am not such a fool to think what I wish. Nor I wish not to think what I can. Nor indeed I cannot think. If I were to think my heart out of thinking that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yet, Benedict was such another, and now he has become a man. He swore that he would never marry, and yet now, in despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted, I know not. But methinks you look with your eyes, as other women do. What pace is this that thy tongue keeps? Not a false gallop. Withdrawal. The prince, the count, Don John, Benedict, and all the gallants of the town have come to fetch you to church.
Help to dress me, good cause, good Meg, good Ursula.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Very so, we would have some confidences with you that discern you nearly.
A brief, I pray, for you see it is a busy time with me.
Very, this it is, sir.
Yes, in truth it is, sir. What is it?
Good man Burgess speaks a little of the matter. A good lad, but his wits are not so blunt as I would to heaven they were. But honest, sir. Honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I thank God I'm as honest as any man living that is a young man and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous. How grossly Burgess.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your lordship to say so, but we are the poor duke's officers. For mine own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I could bestow it all upon your worship.
All your tediousness on me.
Marry, and 'twere £1,000 more than 'tis, for I hear as good a report of your lordship as any man in Messina. And though I be but a poor man, I am glad to hear it.
And so am I.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Oh, Barry, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, hath taken a couple of as errant names as any in Messina.
Good man Burgess, he will be talking. As the saying goes, ere the age is in, the wit is out. God help us, it is a world to see. But God's a good man. Well said, faith, neighbor Burgess. And two men ride of a horse. One of them rides behind. As honest a soul of faith as ever broke bread, but God is to be worshipped. All men are not alike. Alas, poor neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
One word, sir. Our watch hath indeed apprehended two auspicious persons, and we would bring them for examination.
Take their examination yourself and bring it me, for I am indeed in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffrages.
Very well, and drink some wine before you go. Come.
My lord, they stay for you to give your daughter to your husband.
Ah, I will join them presently. I am ready.
Come, neighbor. Go fetch the sexton. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. We are now to proceed to examination of these men.
And we must do it wisely.
We will spare no wit, I warrant you. There's matter here that will drive some of them to a non-compass. Only fetch the learned writer to set down our excommunication. And meet me at the jail.
marriage, and you shall recount their particular duties afterwards.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady.
No. To be married to her, friar, you come to marry her.
You come hither, my lady, to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know of any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer, none.
Oh, what men dare do. What men may do. What men daily do, knowing not what they do.
Come now, interjections? Let some be of laughter as
Standing by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you, with free and unconstrained soul, give me this maid, your daughter?
As free, son, as God did give her me.
What have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Oh, nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonato! Take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She is but the sign and semblance of her honor. But behold, how like a maid she blushes at this. Oh, what authority and show of truth can cunning sin cover itself withal? Comes not this blood as modest evidence towards this simple virtue? Would you not swear, all of you that see her, that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is not. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
My lord, if you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
Oh, I know what you would say. If I have known her, you would say she did embrace me as a husband and so extenuate the forehand sin. No! Leonato, I never tempted her with words so large, but as a brother to a sister showed backward sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on thee, see, I would write against it. You did seem to me as Diane in her orb, as chaste as is the bud, ere it be blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus. All those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he could speak so wild?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored to have gone about to link my dear friend to a common scale.
Oh, these words spoken? Oh, do I but dream? Yes, sir, they are spoken. These words are true.
Oh,
This was not like a lusher.
Leonato, stand I here. Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this face heroes? Are our eyes our own?
Oh, this is so, my lord, but what of this?
Let me but move one question to your daughter, and by that fatherly and kindly power that you have in her, did her answer truly?
I charge thee do so as thou art my child.
oh, God defend me. How I am beset. What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly to your
Is
name!
it not hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
That can hero. Hero itself can blot out hero's virtues. What man was he talked you with yesternight outside your window betwixt the hours of 12 and 1 now? If you are a maid, answer to this.
I spoke with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why, then you are no maiden.
Oh!
Leonato, I'm sorry you must hear, but on my honor, myself, my brother, this grieved count, did see her, hear her at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who had like a most liberal villain confessed the vile encounters they had had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie! Fie! These things should not be named, my lord. They should not be spoken. Is there not chastity enough in language without offense to honor them? Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry by thy much misgovernment.
Ah, hero! What a hero thou hadst been! If half thy outward graces had been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart! Fare thee well, most foul, most fair.
Fairly well, thou pure impiety and impious purity. For thee, I lock up all the gates of love, and on my eyelids shall conjecture hang to turn all thoughts of beauty into harm. And never shall it look more gracious.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
Rupert, sit you down!
Here, come, let us go. These things that have come to light have smothered her spirits.
Alyssa, lady.
Dead, I think! Oh, help, uncle! Oh, hero, white hero! Signor Benedict, friar!
Fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the first car for her shame that may be wished for.
Hero, my hero.
Have comfort, lady.
Oh, dost thou look up?
Why, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Or doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Would she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, hero. Do not hope thine eyes. For did I think thou wouldst not quickly die? Thought thy spirits were stronger than thy shames. Myself would on the rearward of reproaches strike at thy eye. Oh, grieved I had but one. Should I for that at frugal nature's frame? Oh, one too much by thee. Why had I won? Why wast thou ever lovely in my eyes? Why did I not with charitable hands took up a beggar's issue at my gate, that smirched us and mired in infamy? I might have said, no part of this is mine. This shame derives itself from unknown loins, but mine! And mine I loved, and mine I praised, and mine that I was proud on, mine so much that I myself was to myself not mine, valuing of her. Why, she is fallen into a pit of ink, that the wide sea hath drops too few to wash her clean again, and salt too little that might season give to a foul-tainted flesh.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so tired and wonder I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied!
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until last night I had this 12-month in her bedfellow.
Confirmed. Oh, that is stronger made than was before. Part up with ribs of iron. With the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, who loved her so that speaking of her foulness washed it with tears. Away from her! Let her die!
Hear me a little! For I have only been silent so long, and given way unto this course of fortune by noting of the lady. I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face. 1,000 innocent shames in angel whiteness beat away those blushes. And in her eye there hath appeared a fire to burn the arrows that these princes hold against her maiden truths. Call me a fool. Trust not my observations, nor my reading, which with experimental seal doth warrant the tenor of my book. Trust not my age, my reverence, my calling, nor divinity, if this sweet lady lie not guiltless here upon some biting error.
Prior cannot be. Thou seest that all the shame that she hath left is that she will not add to her damnation the sin of perjury. She not denies it. Why seekst thou then to cover with excuse that which appears in puff her nakedness?
Lady, what man is it you are accused of?
They know that to accuse me, I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. Oh, my father, who you that any man with me conversed at hours on me, or that I yesternight maintained the change of words with any creature, refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprison in the princes.
Two of them have the very bent of honor. And if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John, the bastard, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies.
I know not. If they speak but truth of her, these hands shall tear her. If they do wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it. For time hath not yet so dried this blood of mine, nor age so eat up my invention, nor fortune made such havoc of my means, nor my bad life reft me so much of friends. But they shall find awaked in such a kind, both strength of limb and policy of mind, ability in means and choice of friends,
to quit me of them truly.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. If your daughter here, the prince, is left for dead, let her a while be secretly kept within, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and upon your family's old monument hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain unto a burial.
What will become of this? What will this do?
Mary, this well carried, shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good. But not for that dream I on this strange course, but on this travail, look for greater birth. She dying, as it must be so maintained, upon the instant she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. For it so falls out that what we have, we prize not to the worth whilst we enjoyed it, but being lacked and lost, why then we rack the value. Then we find the virtue that possession would not show whilst it was ours. So it will fare with Claudio. When he shall hear she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, and every lovely organ of her life shall come apparelled in more precious habit, more moving, delicate, and full of life, into the eye and prospect of his soul in which she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn, if ever love had interest in his liver, and wished he had not so accused her. No, though he thought his accusations true. Let this be so, and doubt not but success will fashion the event in greater shape than I can lay it down in likelihood. But if all aim be levelled false, the supposition of the lady's death will quench the wonder of her infamy. If it sort not well, you may conceal her, as best befits her wounded reputation, in some reclusive and religious life, out of all eyes, tongues, minds, and injuries.
Signor Leonato, let the friar advise you. Though you know my inwardness and love is very much unto the Prince and Claudio, yet by mine honor I will deal in this and justly as your soul should with your body.
Being as I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for to the strange sores strangely they strain the cure. Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day perhaps is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason, I do it freely.
Surely, I do think your fair cousin is wrong.
Ah, how much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in this world so much as you. It's not that strange.
As strange a thing as I know not. Were it possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you, but believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. Oh, I'm sorry for my cousin.
Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce there can be devised to it. And protest I love thee.
Oh, then God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice.
You have stayed me at the right hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
Then do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Count, bid me do anything for me.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
Or you kill me to deny it. Farewell. I'm gone though I am here. And there is no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go. In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
Oh, you dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved as the height of villain that has slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man! What? Bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor, oh God, that I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace. Talk with a man out of the window, a proper saying. Oh, sweet hero, she is wronged, she is slandered, she is undone. Oh, princes and counties, surely a princely testimony, a goodly count comfort, a sweet gallant surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake. If I had any friend would be a man for my sake. But manhood is now melted into curtsies, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Good. Beatrice, by this hand I love you.
Use it for my love, some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged Kira.
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge you. I will kiss your hand, so I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go. Comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead. So farewell.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Oh, a stool and cushion for the sexton.
Which be the malefactors?
Marry, that am I, and my partner.
Nay, that's certain. We have the exhibition to examine. But which are the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come before, Master Constable.
Aye, marry, let them come before me. What is your name, friend?
Baracchio.
Oh, right there, Baracchio. Yours, Sirrah?
I am a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad. C-O-N.
Write down, Master Gentleman Conrad. Master, do you serve God?
Yea, sir.
We hope.
Write down that they hope they serve God. And write God first, for God defend that the God can go before such villains. Masters, it is thought already you are little better than false knaves, and it will go near to be thought so shortly. What say you for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelous witty fellow, but I will go about with him. Come hither, sirrah. A word in your ear. Sir, I say to you, it is thought you are a knave.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Well, stand aside. For God, they are all of a tale. Did you write down that they say they are none?
Master Constable, you go not away to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
I? Marry? That's the actor's way. Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name. Recuse these men.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Write down Don John a villain. Why, this is flat perjury to call the prince's brother villain.
Master Constable.
Really, please, sir!
I do not like thy look, I promise thee.
What heard you him say else?
Marry, that he did receive 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady here wrongfully. That burglary as ever was committed.
Yea, by mass, that it is.
What else, fellow?
And that Count Claudio did mean, upon his words, to disgrace here before the whole assembly and not marry her.
Oh, thou wilt be cast into everlasting salvation for this.
What else?
This is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and, upon the grief of this, suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to Leonato's. I will go before and show him their examination.
Come, let them be opinions.
Let them be in the hands of...
God's my life, where's the sexton? Oh, that he should write down the prince's office and coxcomb. Come, bite him! Thou naughty varlet!
What?
You are an ass.
You are an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass, but masters, forget not that I am an ass, though it be not written down, yet remember that I am an ass. Oh, thou villain, thou art full of piety, as will be proved upon thee by good witness. I am a wise fellow, and which is more, an officer, which is more, a householder, and which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as any in Messina, and one that knows the law, go to, and a rich fellow enough, go to, and one that hath had losses, and one that hath 2 gowns, and everything handsome about him. Bring him away. Oh, that I had been written down. An ass!
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself. And 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
Now, prithee, patience. Prithee, cease thy counsel, which falls into mine ears as profitless as water in a sieve. Give not me counsel.
nor let no comforter delight mine ear, but such a one whose wrongs do suit with mine. Bring me a father that so loved his child, whose joy in her was overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak of patience, measure his woe, the length and breadth of mine, and let it answer him strain for strain, as thus for thus, and such a grief for such, in every lineament, branch, shape, and form. If such a man can smile and stroke his beard, and wag his smile, they patch grief with proverbs, and make misfortune drunk with scholars' precepts. Bring him yet to me, and I of him will gather patience. But there is no such man. Men can counsel, and speak comfort to that grief which they themselves not feel, but tasting it, their counsel turns to passion, which before would give precept to medicine to rage, fetter strong madness in a silken thread, charm ache with air, and agony with words. No, notice all men's office, to speak patience to those that wring under the load of sorrow, but no man's virtue, nor sufficiency, to be so moral when he shall endure the like himself. Therefore, we know counsel, my griefs cry louder than advertisement.
Therein do men nothing differ from children.
I prithee, peace, I will be flesh and blood, for there was never yet philosopher that could endure the toothache patiently, however much they style themselves as gods, and make a push at chance and sufferance.
Yet bend not all the harm upon yourself. Make those that do offend you suffer too.
Ere thou speakst reason, I will do so. My soul doth tell me, heroes be mine. And that shall Claudio know, until the prince and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Yet not the Prince of Claudio hastily.
Good evening, good evening.
Hear you, my lord.
We are in haste, Leonato.
Oh, in haste, my lord. Well, fare you well, my lord. Are you so hasty now? Well, all's one.
Do not quarrel with us, good old man.
If he could right himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Very thou dost wrong me, that dissembleth thou. Lay never lay thy hand upon thy sword, I fear thee not.
Harry, beshrew my hand if we should give your aid such cause of fear. In faith, my hand meant nothing for my sword.
Tush, may never flee or in jest with me. I speak not like a dotard nor a fool, that under privilege of age doth brag what I have done being young, or what would do were I not old. No, Claudio, to thy head. Thou hast so wronged mine innocent child and me, that I must lay my reverence by, and challenge thee to trial of a man. I say, thou hast belied mine innocent child. Thy slanders have gone through and through her heart, and she lies buried with her ancestors, all in a tomb where never scandal slept, save this of hers, framed by thy villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
Now you say not right, good old man.
My lord, I'll prove it on his body if he dare, despite his nice fence and his active practice, and his May of youth and bloom of lusty.
Away, I would not have to do with you.
Oh, canst thou so doff me? Thou hast killed my child. Thou killst me, boy. Thou killst a man.
And she is dead. Slandered to death by villains, boys, apes, braggarts, jacks, milksops, scambling, out-facing, fashion-monging boys who lie and cog, flout, deprave, and slander.
Fair lady, good old man, we will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter, but on my honor, she was charged with nothing. What was true and full of proof.
My lord,
I will not hear you.
no? Come then, away. I will be heard.
Ah, see, here is the man we went to seek.
Now, senor, what news?
Yes. Ah, good, senor.
Good day, my lord.
You've almost come to part, almost to fray.
And we'd like to have our two noses snapped off by an old man with but two teeth.
Hey, Leonato. Well, what thinkst thou? Had we fought, I fear we would have been too young for him.
In a false quarrel, there is no true valor. I came to seek you both.
Oh, we've been up and down to seek thee. We are high with melancholy and would fain have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
What, dost thou wear thy wit by thy side?
Never any has done so, though very many have been beside their wit. I would bid thee draw as we do the minstrels, draw the pleasure of it.
As I am an honest man, he looks pale. Art thou sick or angry?
Courage, man. If thou care kill the cat, thou hast meddle enough in thee to kill care.
Sir, I will meet your wit in the career and you charge it against me. I pray you choose another subject.
Hey, then get him another staff. This last one was broke cross.
By this light, he turns more and more. I think he be angry indeed.
Oh, if he be, he knows how to turn his girdle.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good on you. How you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Let me hear from you.
Well, I will lead thee so that I may have good cheer.
Oh, a feast! A feast?
In faith, I thank him. He hath bid me to a calf's head and a capon, to which if I do not be carved most curiously, say my knife's not. But shall I not find thee a woodcock too?
Sir, your wit angles well. It goes easily.
I'll tell thee how Beatrice praised thy wit the other day. I told her that you had a fine wit. Right, said she. A fine little one. Oh, nay, said I, a great wit. Oh, yes, said she, a great gross one. Well, nay, said I, a good wit. Just, said she, for it hurt no one. Well, nay, said I, the gentleman is wise. Oh, yes, a wise gentleman, said she. Nay, said I. Well, the man speaks many tongues. That I know, said she. For he swore to me on Monday night, which he forswore on Tuesday morning. That's a double tongue? That's two tongues! Well, thus did she an hour, transshape thy particular virtues, and in the end concluded with a sigh, thou wast the properest man in all of it.
For the which she wept heartily and said she cared not.
Aye, that she did, and if she did not hate him deadly, she would love him dearly. Well, the old man's daughter told us all.
All. And moreover, God saw him when he was hid in the garden.
Aye, so when shall we place the savage bull's horns on the sensible Benedict's head?
Yea, and the text underneath, here dwells Benedict, the married man.
Hear you well. Boy, you know my mind. I will leave you now to your gossip-like humors. You break jest as braggarts through their blades, which God be thanked heard not. My lord, for your many courtesies I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard has fled Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard here, in I shall meet. Till then, peace be with him.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest. And I warrant thee for the love of Beatrice.
And have challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
Oh, what a pretty thing man is when he goes in his hose and doublet and leaves off his wit.
He is then a giant to an ape, and then as an ape a scholar to such a man.
So let me be, pluck up my heart and be sad. Did he not say my brother was fled?
Come you, sir. Justice cannot tame you. She shall ne'er weigh more reasons in her balance.
Look you.
Nay, and ye be a cursed hypocrite once. You shall be looked to.
Two of my brother's men, bound, Baracchia one.
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Officers! What offense have these men done?
No, sir, they have committed false report. Or they've spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. Sixth and last, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they're lying names.
First, I ask thee what they have done. Thirdly, I ask what's their offense. Sixth, and lastly, what you lay to their charge. And to conclude, why they are thus committed.
Rightly reasoned, my lord, and in his own division. If I might troth, there's one meeting well set.
Aye. Who have you offended that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, let me go no farther to mine answer. Do you hear me, and let this count kill me? I have deceived even your very eyes, but your wisdoms could not discover these shallow fools have brought to light. Who in the dark overheard me confessing to this man how Don John, your brother, incensed me to slander the lady hero. How you were brought into the orchard and saw me court Margaret in hero's garments. How you did disgrace her when you should marry her. My villainy these men have upon record, which I had rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusations. And briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison while he uttered it.
But did my brother put thee up to this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
He's composed and framed of villainy, and fled he upon this.
Oh, sweet hero! Now thy image doth appear in the resemblance in which I loved it first.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By now, the sexton hath reformed Signor Leonato of the matter. Oh, and masters, do not forget to specify when time and place will serve that I am an ass.
Oh, here comes Master Signor Leonato and the sexton too.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, that when I note another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you would know your wronger, look on me.
Art thou the slave? With thy breath have killed my innocent child.
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. There stand a pair of honorable men, a third is fled, that had a hand in it. I thank you, princess, for my daughter's death. Recorded with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin, yet sin I not but in mistaking.
On my honor, nor I. And yet to satisfy this good old man, I will bend under any heavy weight he'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live, that were impossible. But I pray you both possess the people in Messina here, how innocent she died. And if your loves can labor aught in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb. Sing it to her bones, sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, come you to my house, and since you cannot be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost the copy of my child that's dead, and she alone is heir to both of us. If it had right, you should have given her cousin, so dies my revenge.
My gracious Lord, your overkind is suffering tears from my eyes. I do embrace your offer, and so dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio.
Tomorrow morning, then, I will expect your coming. This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was packed in all this affair, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not. Nor knew she any wrong when she did speak to me. but I've always been just and virtuous in anything I do know by her.
Moreover, which is not under black and white, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me ass. I beg, let it be remembered in his punishment. Moreover, the one did hear them speak of one D4. They say he wears a lock in his ear, with a key hanging by it, and he borrows money in God's name, the which he have used so long, and never paid, that now men grow hard-hearted and will lend nothing for God's sake. I pray you, examine them on that point.
Yes, I thank you for your pains and honest labor.
Your worship speaks like a most thankful and reverent youth, and I praise God for.
Yes, for thy pains.
God save the foundation.
Go. I discharge thee of thy prisoners, and farewell.
I leave an arrant knave with your worship. I beg your worship to correct yourself for the example of others. God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore you to health. I humbly give you leave to depart. And if in future a merry meeting may be wished, then God prohibit it! Come, neighbor!
Until tomorrow, lords, farewell.
We will not fail you. Tonight I'll mourn with Hero.
Night. I take my leave. And bring you these fellows on. We'll talk with Margaret how her acquaintance grew with this lewd fellow. Sweet Mistress Margaret, deserve well at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
In so high a style, Margaret, that no living man shall come over it, for in most comely truth thou deservest.
To have no man come over me. Why shall I always keep below stairs?
Oh, thy wit is as quick as a greyhound's mouth. It catches.
And yours as blunt as a fencer's foils, which hit, but hurt not.
A most manly wit, Margaret, it will not hurt a woman if thou I betray thee. Call, Beatrice, I give thee the bucklers.
Give us the swords. We have bucklers of our own.
If you use them, Margaret, you must put in the pipes with a vice, and they are dangerous weapons for maids.
Well, I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
And therefore will come. Oh. The God of love that sits above and knows me, how good swimmer. Troilus, the first employer of Pandos, and a whole book full of these quondam carpet mongers, whose names yet run smoothly in the even road of a blank verse, why they were never so truly turned over and over as my poor self in love. Mary, I cannot show in rhyme. I can find no rhyme for lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme. For scorn, forn, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme, and very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot move in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now.
Oh.
And yet ere I go, let me go with what I came for, which is with knowing what has passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words. And thereupon will I kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frighted the word out of its right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. And now, I pray thee, tell me, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together,
Ah.
which maintain so politic a state of evil that they will not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Oh, suffer love, yeah, good epithet. Yeah, I do indeed suffer love, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart. If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
No, thou and I are too wise to move peaceably.
It appears not in this confession. There's not one wise man among 20 that will praise himself.
Oh, an old instance, Beatrice, that lived in the time of good neighbors. If a man do not erect in this age his own tomb ere he dies, he shall live no longer in monument than the bell rings and the widow weeps.
How long is that, think you?
Question. Why, an hour in clamor and a quarter in room. Therefore it is most expedient for the wise, if Don word his conscience find no impediment to the contrary, to be the trumpet of his own virtues, as I am to myself. So much for praising myself, who I myself will bear witness am praiseworthy. But now, tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and men.
Madam?
And thereupon will I leave thee, for here comes one in haste.
Oh, madam, you must come with me to your uncle, yonder's old coil-a-tone. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused. Oh, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John, author of it all, is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Oh, will you go hear this news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle.
Is this the one we play, Leonato?
It is, my lord.
Done to death by sacrifice. done to death by slanderous tongues, was the hero that here lies. Death in writing of her wrongs gives her fame, which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame.
Hang thou there upon the tomb, praising whom, and I am dumb. Now, music sound, sing your song again.
Autumn rise of the night, those that slew thy virgin night, for the witch with songs of woe, round about her tomb they go. Midnight, a sister lone, help us to sigh and groan. Heavenly, heavenly, heavenly.
Now, unto thy bones, good night. Yearly will I do this right.
Tomorrow, without your torches, the wolves have preyed. Look, the gentle day before the wheels of Phoebus round about dapples the drowsy east with spots of gray. Thank you all. Thank you. Leave us. Fare you well.
Good morrow, masters. Each your several ways.
Come. Let us hither and put on other Leonatos, we will go.
Time and now with luckier issue speeds us than this for whom we rendered up this for.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the prince and Claudio who accused her, upon the error that you heard debated. But Margaret is in some fault for this, although against her will, as it appears in the true course of all the questions. Well, I am glad that all things sort so well.
As am I, being else by fate been forced to come call young Claudio to a reckoning for him.
Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen all, retire into a chamber by yourselves, and when I send for you, come hither veiled. Prince and Claudio promised by this hour to visit me.
Friar, I must entreat your page, I think.
To do what, Signor?
Bind me, or undo me, one of them. Signor Leonato, truth it is, good Signor, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
Well, that I, my daughter, lent her. It is most true.
That I do with an eye of love, requite her.
Ah, well, that eye that the sight whereof I think you got from me and Claudio and Prince. Or what you will.
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical, but for my will. My will is that your goodwill shall stand with ours this day, to be conjoined in the estate of honorable marriage, in which, friar, I desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here comes the prince and Claudio.
Good morrow. Good morrow.
Oh, Prince, good morrow, Claudio. We here to tell you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind for she barbarian.
Call her forth, friar. We have the friar ready.
Good morrow, Benedict. Well, how now? Why such a February face, so full of frost and storm and cloudiness?
I think he thinks upon the savage bull. Attach fear not, man, will tip thy horns of gold, and all of Europe shall rejoice at thee. As once Europa did at lusty Jove, when he would play the noble beast in love.
Bull Jove, sir, had an amiable low, and some such strange bull leaped your father's cow and got a calf in that same noble feat, much like to yourself, for you have just his bleat.
For this I owe you. Here comes on the reckonings. Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she.
And I do give you her.
Why, then she's mine. Sweet, let me see her
No,
face.
no, that shall you not until you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry.
Give me your hand before this holy bride. I am your husband, if you like of me.
When I lived, I was your other wife. When you loved, you were my other husband. Nothing sentimental. One hero died defiled, but I do live. And sure as I live, I am amazed.
The former hero that is dead.
She died, my lord, but whilst her slender lived.
All this amazement can I qualify, when after that the holy rites are ended, I'll tell thee largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and let's to the chapel present.
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no more than reason.
Well, then your uncle and the Prince and Claudio were deceived. They swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Proof, no. No more than reason.
My cousin and Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
What's the matter? Then you do not love me.
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I'm sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn to it that he loves her. For here's a paper written in his hand,
No!
a halting sonnet from his unfilled rain fashion.
And here's another written by cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle. Here's our own hands against our hearts. Well, I will have thee. But by this night I take thee for pity.
Oh, I will not deny you, but by this good day I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace! I will stop your mouth.
Well, how dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I tell thee what, Prince, a college of wit crackers could not plump me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for a satire or an epigram? No. If a man will be beaten with brains and will wear nothing handsome about him. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing, do anything that the world can say against it. But is a giddy thing. And this is my conclusion. For thy part, Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee, but in that thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised and love my cousin.
I had well hoped that thou wouldst have denied, Beatrice, that I might have cudgeled thee out of thy single life to make thee a double dealer, which out of the question thou wilt be, if my cousin do not look exceedingly narrowly at thee.
Come, we are friends. We are friends. Let's have a dance here where we quit. Collect our hearts and our wives' heels.
We'll have dancing afterwards.
Oh, Christ, another word. That will strike up music.
My lord! My lord, Brother John is taken flight and brought by Benedict back to the casino.
Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise thee grave punishments for him. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife. There is no staff more reverend than one tipped with horn. Strike up, players!
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Never were deceivers ever one foot in sea, and on shore do one thing, constant never, and sigh not so.